You are listening to the Hodges Huddle, where we discuss all things in the wide world of sports. Here's your KLSU sports team.
Welcome into a special interview, as I'm Andre Champagne, and I'm joined by Michael Poggi. And as you can see, we have a very special guest here. We have Tasmin Mitchell, LSU basketball coach. Thanks for being here, first of all. Day off, and you chose to come here. We appreciate it.
Oh, man, thank you for having me, man. It's a joy to be here. Wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. Season started last night, and so we're now underway, year 3 of the Matt McMahon era. But before we talk about this year's squad, let's start with your playing time in Baton Rouge from 06 to 10. Obviously, you were a member of the most recent LSU basketball team to make it to the Final Four in 2006. Can you take us into that year with John Brady and what it was like, playing with guys like Garrett Temple, Big Baby Davis? Yeah. A lot of guys don't know how good Tyrus Thomas was, Daryl Mitchell.
Man.
Just talk about those guys and just that season.
Man, really one word sums that season up, man. It was surreal and remarkable, but it was believable from us, from the guys that I had in the room with me and guys I went to battle with. I've been knowing them guys since I was probably 9, 10 years old. We've been battling each other in Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. I'm from Denham Springs, but we've been coming out here playing. Guys played Big Baby at Capitol, played Tyrus at McKinley Middle School and stuff like that, and we all played AAU together on the same team. So it was already kind of destined. It was like playing. It was almost like playing, man. It was almost like playing, and there's nothing like that Final Four year. Everybody don't understand, man, how special it is. I know a lot of teams go to the Final Four, but we did it with guys from the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from Denham Springs, Big Baby from Baton Rouge, Tyrus from Baton Rouge, Garrett from around the corner, Baton Rouge, Darren Mitchell from St. Martinville, 50 minutes down the road. Darnell Lazar went to Woodlawn High School, man. It was a surreal, man. It was like it's a bond that can never be broken. Them guys are like my brothers.
So literally just like playing with your friends at that point.
Man, playing AAU.
Yeah.
Playing as like our AAU team. We playing AAU. We travel together. We done everything together. It's like we already knew each other. We already had that team camaraderie that teams be trying to find. We had it like right off the bat. Not saying we didn't run into no little obstacles, but it wasn't nothing major where we didn't know each other enough to come back as a brotherhood and stuff like that, man. It was a surreal and remarkable year, man, playing with them guys, man. Then being a freshman coming in as a freshman, and I'm like, whoa, But see, that's the reason why I didn't go to the Dukes and the North Carolinas and the Kentuckys, because I felt like, man, we could do this here, and we did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I was recruited by all those guys. I was a top 5 player in the country. I was McDonald All-American. So Gatorade player All-American and stuff like that, and I just wanted to stay home, man, because I feel like home is where the heart is, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because we know you're a really big family guy, very family oriented.
Yes.
Yeah, so like you were saying, Denham Springs, was it always LSU? Like from the jump, like you said, you were getting recruited from these other places. Was it always the Tigers?
Well, to be honest with you, man, I used to look at Duke a lot. Because the Blue Devils, Duke. Yeah, everybody hear about the Dukes coming in, and I used to look at them a lot. But I was like, man, I love to play there, but I never wanted to. But as I got older, I'm like, man, no, man. When I saw what Stromile Swift and them was doing here and how electric the PMAC was, I said, I'm not going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? I might have toyed with a couple places and stuff like that, but I didn't take
enjoy your visits, right?
Nah, man, I didn't. The thing about it, I didn't go no other. I went to one visit, and guess what it was?
Dude, it was
LSU.
It was LSU. Okay.
I went to one visit. I went right around the corner here, say LSU. Once I already knew where I wanted
That's
to go.
That's how the hometown kids, though.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Especially like you said, I'm a family guy. Especially if you want your family in the stands and watching you play. And then some of the fans that supported you in Denham Springs, a small community of Denham Springs, supported me. I want them to come watch me play too. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed here. I wanted to stay around as long as I could and allow them to watch me play. Like some people at Denham Springs High School never had season tickets. They all got season tickets when I came here.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing, man. It all worked out like it was supposed to. I didn't see no other school but LSU.
Okay.
Well, so you're like you said, you're the hometown kid. Why does wearing the purple and gold kind of mean so much to you still, even to this day?
Man, it means a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Especially if you put time in and you invested, and you did stuff the right way, and you really made connections and built relationships that's undeniable why you want playing and stuff like that. And man, it goes beyond basketball.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the resources and the people that care about me, that I care about now and stuff like that, man. To wear the purple and gold, you cut me open. Number purple and gold coming out. It might be a little red, but you know, I said nah. But nah, I'm just LSU through and through, man. I'm loyal to where my feet is. You know, if my feet is on with LSU and on campus, and this is, you know, my job, and I get to pour knowledge into these young guys, man. It's a blessing, man. And I just wearing the purple and gold means everything to me. Yeah. It means a lifetime full of great memory, even the ups and downs and stuff like that, man. So wearing the purple and gold means absolutely the world to me.
Yeah, and like now just kind of transitioning into your coaching era, right? Now you called it Raps on playing in 2016, you know, when you decided to come home. Can you talk about, you know, the story of why you came back? Obviously the bad floods in 2016, you know, we've heard a little bit, and just kind of talk about going home to your family, right? That was really the deciding factor, was, you know, you wanted to be with your family.
Yeah, man, that was a difficult year, man, because I'm you know, it was a difficult year because, you know, I'm trying to figure out whether, you know, and like I played in Europe, and I'm over there you're over there 10 months, and you only come home a month and a half, and then they want you back over there. So you're in a foreign land by yourself. You know, nobody. I'm by myself. And me, you know, I need to touch my family every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I need to touch them, and I wasn't able to do that. And then with my daughters, you know, as I kept leaving, they used to get an installer. I'll never forget. I came home one time, man. My daughter was 3. No, she was like 2, maybe 2. And I came in from I was in Israel for like 10 months, man. And I came home and she didn't recognize me. And she was like, I'm like, oh.
And that was
that wasn't a kicker, but as she got older, she started to understand, you know. But it was real difficult for me to keep going back and forth, losing that connection, that bond, and then trying to build it in a month and a half, and then go back. Right. So and then also, but the reason why I really just shut it down, man. Of course, the flood happened. You know, everybody in my family lost their homes. My grandmother didn't lose her home because she was the highest point of Denham Springs.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't lose it. She was the only one that she didn't have no power.
Right.
But she was the only one that had her house was still intact. But my 3 aunts' houses lost. My mom's house was lost. We had to rebuild it. Nobody had nowhere to stay, so we all living in my grandmother's house. Just a one big happy family now. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of people in there. You know, so, and then my grandmother developed breast cancer. So the teams kept calling me to come over. Come on, Taz, come, you know, we're ready for you to come over. They offered me crazy amounts of money, and I turned it down. But my grandmother had developed breast cancer. She had just had the surgery the day before the storm came. And she was back at the house, and the storm came, and then that's when, well, no, it was actually the day she had the surgery, the day the storm came when it started raining. You know, and then she ended up going home. And then that's when the flood and stuff started coming. But anyway, long story short, I couldn't leave and go over there and just live my life and just be a star and
ignore that.
Ignore everything that my family is enduring back home. I wanted to endure it with them. If we all gonna struggle and try to get our houses together, because FEMA wasn't giving money to what people the money that
right?
Yeah, because the money that they invested in their houses. FEMA didn't reward that. You know what I'm saying? Some of us invested hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars into the houses that, you know, throughout the years, and FEMA probably gave them $10,000.
Yeah.
Like, that was tough. So the money I made over there, I was helping my family rebuild little parts of their houses, and every now and then, especially my mom, and I was just making sure she was good because she had my kids.
Yeah.
So, and that's my mom. I want her to have somewhere to stay. Like, I didn't have no house then when I was there.
Right.
I just used to come home and go in and out. But so basically, I stayed here, man. Wanted to go with my grandmother through the process of the breast cancer situation. My mom them had to work, and I'm the one that didn't have a job. So I'm like, I'm gonna go and be with her every step of the way. And when you're going through cancer, something like that, the moment you can't be there for them physically, they need to know they have the mental support from somebody that's there in their corner. So that's what I did for my grandmother, man. I took her to all the radiation, sat there, all her chemos, held her hand the whole time, and I said, I can't go back.
Right.
My heart was here, so it was too late.
Yeah, it's
It's too
very
late.
powerful, honestly. Like,
Too late, man. I just sometimes you got to give up the eyes for us,
Yeah.
and that's what I always did because they always gave up themselves for me.
Yeah.
Growing up, that's why I'm where I am today.
the sacrifice.
The sacrifices my mom made, my grandmother. When mom couldn't get me from practice, my grandmother would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When my grandmother, my mom couldn't, my aunts could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It
That's
was like,
something that, like, I feel like just the South, too, in general, but, like, truly down in Louisiana,
yeah.
the parents sacrificing just because, you know, all of us, you know, grew up playing sports, but that's just something they do, right? Like, and they don't ask for anything in return either. That's,
Not at
that's
all,
another
man.
thing about parents, but I mean,
So-
you see that now, right?
Yeah, man. I see that now, but nowadays it's a little different now, man. Because, you know, with me it was a village. I had a village that helped me be who I wanted to be, and they still support me to this day. So, but you know, nowadays, man, you don't see too many villages help raising these kids nowadays, man. Because a lot of parents don't want other people doing for their kids or telling them right from wrong. It's like all personal now. Now you got social media, so now people trying to out people. So it's a difference now, man. But my village and my mom allowed everybody in my neighborhood to also chastise me as well. If they see me doing something wrong, you call me and tell me. You know what I'm saying? Or if you feel like you did something that very disrespectful, you can whoop them.
Yeah.
Go get a switch and do what you have to do. The power of the switches, man. The power of the switches and the belts. You know, led me to where I am today. You know, and hey, that's
Straight
what it
up,
was.
like, honestly, yeah, like,
man, look,
no
I'm telling you,
sugarcoat.
man. But I was spoiled,
Right.
and when I done right, I got.
Right.
When I didn't do right, I didn't get.
Mhm.
Right.
When I didn't do right, I got chastised. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my mom gave me everything in the world. My family, my grandmother, my stepdad, they gave me everything in the world when I was doing the right thing.
Right, and I think people in Denham, just in general now, they see that in your story, right, and they kind of start to look up to you, and
Yeah.
you know, like a hometown hero.
Man,
right?
look, bro, it's a blessing, man. I don't take none of that for granted, man. I be trying to be, I'm trying to be a role model. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect. I'm imperfect, and I'm imperfect in an imperfect world. But I'm perfect enough for the people that love me,
Right.
and the people that say like, well, my kids, man, I'm the best thing in the world to 'em.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm a superhero.
Right.
You know, so yeah, man. Like I say, I just the hometown hero, man. I love Denham Springs. I'm grateful. I'm glad I'm from Denham Springs. You know, EBR is cool, but I'm glad I got my own community
Right, back
to
in-
call
right, in
mine.
Livingston, right.
You know what I'm saying? You hear about Denham Springs, Livingston Parish. You don't hear about Tasmin Mitchell. You know,
Right.
you might hear Jalen Cook or some other guys, but the person, the guy that made the most major impact on the Livingston Parish area was me as far as basketball wise. You know, So
Yeah.
I just love where I'm from.
Love it.
So, from your experiences, from like with all the successful teams that you've played on and coached with here at LSU, you seem to know kind of what it takes to get to that Final Four.
Right.
What do you try and instill in these guys on this year's team with those previous experiences, trying to mesh it all together?
Man, that's a good question. I think the way they start to prepare, man. You know, a lot of kids don't like to practice no more. You know, and I used to take practice as my games.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know what I'm saying, you get aggravated with the norm and stuff sometime like that, because you're a kid. But once you grasp in your mind what the meaning of practice is, so you practice hard so you can play easy. You practice hard so when the game come, everything is copacetic. You know what I'm saying? Let's work. There's not a situation we hadn't been in practice that we can't do. So my thing is to them, man, practice, man. Give it your last, man. Because the window closes real fast. You got 8 to 9 years to figure out what you want to do in life after you finish. So you better give it everything you got. That's 4 years in college, if they stay 4, and look 4 years after. If not, you're going into the real world. So you better make it your last. Give everything you got while you're on that floor, whether it's practice, whether it's whatever, man. I was a hard practice player. I practiced hard. That's why it correlated on the floor. That's why I played the most minutes in LSU history. Because you get your trust from coach in practice, not in the games. That's not what happened. You know what I'm saying? Coach is not going to trust you. If you're not performing in practice, we're not trusting you in the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. That's backwards. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether you can play or not, you got to show me in practice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The shots that you want to shoot in the game, you got to shoot them in practice. And if you don't hit him in the game, if you're not hitting him in practice, you're not going to let him. So my thing is, long story short, I try to get the guys to get better practice habits. You know what I'm saying? And be accountable for their mistakes and don't blame everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't blame everybody, man. You the one, you passed the ball. Just because he wasn't there doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean, if he wasn't there, don't pass the ball. It's your fault. So just basically accountability, man. I just try to instill accountability. Like, you know why that happened, right? What you should have done. You know what I'm saying? And check off what you need to check off yourself. You know what I'm saying? Check off your own boxes. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about him. Check off yourself. So basically just accountability and responsibility and just better practice habits, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to instill them a whole bunch of lifetime stuff when I can talk about it all day long, man. But it's just certain things that I try to help them out with, man. Just little jewels, and I try not to over talk too much. I try to give them like two quick lip punches. You know, to try to be like a role, because I want to be like a big uncle to them, like a big role model to them, and where they can come to me and talk to me about things that I may not tell coach.
Right.
You know, I may not tell coach unless it's detrimental to the team.
Right.
That's the avenue I want to give them. That's the relationship I want to give them, and that's how they come to me.
Because that's the kind of relationships that you get with
player
coach,
coaches,
right.
Yeah.
And you've been there,
right?
So you know exactly what these guys are going through.
Right.
So, right.
And see, I know how to do it too. So if I feel like it could help the team out, and they told me something, they confided into me about something, I'll tell coach. You know what I'm saying? I would tell them, hey coach, this might want to go at it this way. You know, so I'm just basically like his ear within an ear.
Yeah.
You know
and I'm sure that's really helpful.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
some
man.
of
I
these
try
guys,
to.
Like you said, it gets so tiring as a student athlete, right?
Yeah.
Going in and just it's like clocking in and clocking out to an
Yes,
extent.
sir.
When you're playing 2-3 games a week, to an extent. But
Yeah.
now that you weren't always, within assistant coaching specifically, right? You were in the development role, under Coach Wade. What are the differences, between those roles specifically now, with Coach McMahon? And do you enjoy, that role that you have now much more than you did? Give you a little more freedom?
Right. Well, every role that I got, I was grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Every role, the development role, I was grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Because Coach Wade gave me an opportunity to be on the staff, and that's why I'm still here today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Moving up to the assistant coach give you a little more responsibility because you can go out. You got to go out there and recruit. You gotta see what your eyes see. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring him the guys so you can be so we all can be successful.
Right.
And that's the development role. The development role, you really don't go on the road. You more here. You more stationary. And so the special assistant to the head is more of an extra assistant. But you go on the road when others can't go on the road. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on the road yet, but I feel like I may start here soon. And then just basically giving him another ear to the community and helping him navigate the lay of the lands around here as well. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. And basically being a liaison between me and the players and stuff like that, man. So this role here is great too, though, because I'm like his right-hand man.
Yeah,
I
like that.
Yeah, man, I like it. And then, Coach Matt's an awesome guy.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about Coach in a second.
Well, so since you've been here as a coach, right, which season has been your most memorable thus far? And kind of what was a memory from that year that always is going to stick with you, be with you for, whatever?
Well, man, as a coach?
Yeah, just from
a coach's perspective?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. Nobody, everybody probably think that I would say a winning season, but it's not a winning season because you don't really learn from winning. You only learn from losses.
Right.
And the season, not last year, but the year before that, the first year as a coach when we was losing all them games, we lost about 10 games in a row.
KG
now.
Johnson year,
Yeah, man. It was Coach Matt's first year. It was an eye-opening year. You know what I'm saying? It really showed you can't just like this. You got to love it. Right. Because your job ain't gonna always be right. You know what I'm saying? Like what you gonna do when adversity hits. That's when you figure out who you are. What are you gonna do when adversity hits? Are you gonna fold or are you gonna get better? And I feel like I got better in a lot of areas in my because you kind of question your coaching ability. Like, man, am I doing the right thing? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you lose. So basically, what I had to do, I had to sharpen my iron, sharpen my pencil, and see what could I did, what could I have done better to help the team be more successful. Could I had a better relationship with this player, or should I get a better relationship with all of them, or should I get the post in the locker room or what? So it was some things that I took up on myself personally, because Matt didn't say it, but I just, because I know he's one guy, he's one coach that holds himself accountable, and as well. So why shouldn't we?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't we? You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing coach, and I think this year he's going to really be able to show it. You know what I'm saying? How great he really is. But what I did was that was that year. That was my most memorable year as a coach. The losses, man. You only learn from losses, man. In my because what losses do is allow you to check out, like, man, what could I have done better? Or you could have looked in the mirror and say, man, what could I? If you keep winning, you're like, oh, well, cool. We're not looking. This is cool. Oh, we're not gonna watch that. We got this already. We did the right thing.
You're
we
not
saw.
watching film,
We're
right?
not watching. Yeah, I mean, but you always got to watch film, even when you wins and losses. But you never really dissect. You don't be serious about dissecting
Right.
if you keep winning. So that's so that year, man. I just looked in the mirror and see, man, do you love this or you like it? I love this because I love being around these players. I love being at LSU, and so I wanted to be better. So I done some things to be better.
Yeah, and lots of people, would say you have been a big reason to, the success on the recruiting trials of lately. Just what would you say specifically, allowed for such a hot recruiting class, with this upcoming class in 2025, and as well as the last class, you guys pick up a great transfer class as well as, Curtis, Victorious, other guys that I'm probably missing. But, just talk about that. Just
Man,
what has allowed you guys to, thrive?
Man, I think as a staff, man, just being genuine and showing them Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of teams do not want guys to come down here on a visit because they know the food is great. You know what I'm saying? The people are great. If you put them around the right people, the people are great, and everybody embraces everybody around here, man. So my thing is, what I try to do, man, I just try to be genuine, man, and be myself. That's what I do on the, because a lot of visits be scripted. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
It's business,
it's very business. Like
coordinated.
us, lay back, man. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? If they don't like who we are, man, they don't need to be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what we do is we give them the originality. I mean, they already know we want them as a basketball
Right.
player. They already know, you know what I'm saying, the basketball talk already. What can you learn about a family or a player that's not about basketball?
Mhm.
So that's what I try to get into, man. What you like, you know what I'm saying? What's your favorite songs? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your
Yeah.
favorite food? You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to the same music you listen to. I mean, I'm a shoe guy. I'm a feet guy. What's your favorite shoe? Like, I'm like, come on, man. What you got? Your shoe game not like mine. You know what I'm saying? And
I
all
love
coach,
that.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just you find ways to relate
To the kid.
to the young generation
Mhm.
Yeah.
while being older.
Especially with, all the social media.
Yes,
right?
man,
I feel like
yes.
that might be the hardest part for you guys.
Yes,
right?
yes, man. That's the hard, but it's the hardest, but it's the best because we at LSU, baby. You know what I'm saying? We gonna innovate whenever it's time to innovate 1 inch. We gonna innovate. We gonna keep getting up.
Mhm.
So social media is our thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna. I'm at LSU, baby. We got the lay of the land over here. This is the foundation of everything everybody wants to be in the country.
Right.
Can you kind of take us through like a day in the life of a recruiting day, if you can? Like,
Like, you don't have to give away any
yeah, like,
specifics.
yeah.
Nah, man. Well,
Yeah. Like, you really don't. Like, don't think.
Yeah.
You have to. But
Like,
I mean, obviously, a big,
yeah, like-
big week. You can even talk about the weekend, coming up and how much that's gonna, help you guys.
yeah, like
I
a
guess
spot,
just-
like
just
hot spots that y'all are going, or like stuff like that.
oh man,
Yeah.
we be mad, man.
best places to take the guys, maybe.
Oh
You
man.
don't gotta give me all your.
Nah, we can't give everything out. But nah, man, we just basically, man, we just show them love. You know what I'm saying? We show them love, man. We be where they at, man. They're every need, and we show them how important they are to us.
Right.
You know how much you gonna impact this program, and not without even telling them, with the actions.
They know.
You know what I'm saying? With the actions, man. With how we you know what I'm saying, respect and understand who's all with them, man. Like I say, the day in the life, man. We, of course you go to the dinners, but it's a lot more to the dinners. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more that comes with the dinners. A lot more that comes with the you know what I'm saying, the photo shoots and stuff like that, man. It's just small. Really, what gets it is the small conversations. It's small conversations.
Yeah, because
that make people.
as a person,
Yeah.
like what a person's intentions are. They say what, like 5 minutes with talking to them.
Yeah.
So just that.
Man,
You got to set the tone.
First
early, right?
first impressions are everything. So we try to make our first impressions last. And we do it, and Coach Matt has it doing a great job with that, man. And we all, but like I say, just be genuine, and we basically show them just the genuine side of us, man. No matter if we eating, no matter if we at the school, no matter if we at practice, we just cater to them in a way that they won't forget.
Right. Now I know Will Wade had the team building Tuesdays, right? When he was here. Now, what does Coach McMahon, do with the team specifically, kind of like that, to build chemistry with the guys, camaraderie, with not only the players, right, but with the coaching staff and just kind of with everyone involved with the program?
Man, what we do, man, we try to get them outside of basketball. We try to take them to bowling, man.
Ken
top
likes
golf.
that bowling, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ken loves it, man. Ken loves it. Top golf or something like that, man. We just try to take them on little excursions, man. The escape room, 13-gate escape, stuff like that, man. Just take them outside of basketball. Just because even though they're here to play basketball, they're more than basketball. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys are real intuitive. Some of them guys are real smart. Some of the guys like to do, things like some of them can golf. You know what I'm saying? Some of them can, you know what I'm saying?
Trace
Some of
with the piano.
Right. Trace can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's a lot of things, bro, that we try to hit them with, man, outside of that. So that's what we do, because, like I said, every coach has their different ways of doing things. And Coach Matt, man, we'll be random, man. Hey, we're going here tonight. Or we'll go eat, or we'll all just go eat by his house.
Yeah.
It's team dinner, you know what I'm saying? Just
get them off the campus, right?
Just get them off campus, not even talking about basketball, man.
Give them a break,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just give
I love
them,
that.
just give them a break, man. So that's what we do, man, and we're doing a real good job at that with these guys.
Going back real quick to recruiting, has Shaq been a big, kind of vocal point in the recruiting trail for this program? And does he still play a, type of role here in the program?
Man, Shaq has been an amazing human being. He's been real, he's been corresponding with us, he's talking to us, you know what I'm saying? He is doing an amazing job, man. I'm thankful for him. He's, just by him being him helps us out with recruiting. You know what I'm saying? Not even no favors or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just by him being him and what he means to the LSU brand and the culture and how he rep it without even being here, you know what I'm saying? Just people just saying Shaq went here, just seeing that Shaq statue. Is amazing thing for him. But Shaq has been real vigilant. Like when he's in town, he's coming to practice. You know what I'm saying? When he comes to town, he comes into practice, man. He wants us where we are. We went to he DJ'd, and he brought us, remember he DJ'd? He came and DJ'd. He brought us on stage with him and stuff like that, man. And you know what I'm saying, man? It's real cool, man. Yeah. Shaq is a cool human being, man. He's a great guy. I call him Big Brother, man, because he helps me out, too. He mentors me, too. A lot, man. So yeah, he's real hands-on with us, man. Yeah. Yep.
Sure. And kind of, what's your most talented player? What's the most talented player that you've coached or played with here at LSU?
Man, that's a good question.
You don't have to pick favorites, but you can give us a couple.
I'll give you a couple. Give you a couple. That I'd have coached while I was here, man. I'll say Tremont Waters, man. Tremont Waters, man, and Nas Reed, man, and I like Skylar Mays too, man. Skylar Mays, and and the Javante Smarts, them guys were talented, man. You know what I'm saying, real talented, man. Them by far are my four favorite guys. You know what I'm saying?
Special team.
Special, yeah, man. Them guys were good.
The chicken minis.
Man.
Like, what's the backstory on that? I feel like everybody watches that video, and
what's the backstory
like,
on that?
What?
You've ever seen the going down video?
Yeah, with Emmett Williams.
with Javante and the chicken minis. And
I ain't see it.
After the tournament win. And I think they got chicken minis after every win in the tournament.
Well, yeah. What those guys, man, look, let me tell you something. You try to feed those guys the PNC and stuff like that, them guys love Chick-fil-A, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It is crazy, man. They will go, I ain't eating that today, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. I'm like, man, you just got to let them rock. But nah, I didn't see that video, but I can only imagine, man. Them two guys, man, together, bro, was amazing. You know what I'm saying? That whole class was amazing. But Tremont Waters, man, was a special guy. And Nas Reed, man, and Skylar Mays, they were special, man.
Right.
Them guys were special. But Skylar, man, Skylar was a scholar.
Yes.
And
Smartest guy that'll
an athlete. It shows that it's possible
Mm-hmm.
to be a student and an athlete at the
Right.
same time.
Yeah.
You know, man, that kid, man, we was on the road, man, was so impressive to me, man. That kid, he had he had some kind of medical exam, man, I guess the day when he got back from the game, you know what I'm saying? He know the game, he wasn't gonna be able to study. So in the night before in the hotel room, I'm coming in probably from getting something to eat. And about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, he's in the media center studying, and came out and had a great game. You know what I'm saying, man? That kid's impressive, man.
Yeah.
He's impressive. He's real
And
impressive.
he's still in the league to an extent, I think.
Well,
right?
no. He just went to Istanbul.
Okay.
He just went. He just went to Turkey to a team called Besiktas.
I got you. Okay.
And I think it's great for him. I think it's great. It's great basketball, great money to be made over there.
And I'm sure you can, give him some advice. You've been overseas, right?
Man, I've been over. I was over there for 7 years, man. I played in Israel, Russia, and Moscow, Russia, and Paris, France, 2 years.
Nice.
I lived over there. I capped it off at Paris, France. So if I was
Yeah.
going to retire, man, I capped it off at Paris, France.
The Coach Taz World Tour, baby.
Man, hey, man, where I was all over the country, man. I
Yeah.
went to Czech, played in the Czech, played in Spain, played in Ljubljana, Slovenia.
Yeah.
Man, it was all went all
Beautiful
over.
places, too.
Beautiful
right?
places, man. Beautiful places.
But what about, the guy that you played with, maybe? Who's some of the most talented guys that...
The most talented guy that I played with, man, that was real good to play with. And I'm not even gonna say he even got to be the most talented guy, man.
or just, best...
Garrett Temple. Garrett Temple was one of my favorite teammates, and Big Baby Glenn Davis.
Right.
Because due to what's going on in his life today, man, he's my brother. So he's my brother, and I love him, and he's one of my favorite teammates, man. You know what I'm saying? Because because I was able to go to battle with him, man. That's my, despite what's going on in his life right now, man, it was minor setback for a major comeback. But yeah, man, because I was able to we was able to motivate each other in ways that people couldn't understand.
Yep.
And and I was able to hold him accountable, and he understood and respected.
Right.
And he's that's my brother, man. I love him to death, man. But him.
I like that. Yeah, and I think Coach McMahon, or maybe it was Cam last night that mentioned, they've had guys like Garrett, Langston Galloway that come in and work out with the guys. And Jalen kind of talked about it last night, saying, this kind of motivates us because they're working out at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
With the team sometimes, right? How much does that benefit, this team kind of going into this year? I guess you obviously know Garrett, on a personal level. How much does that help? Just from these guys to see it from somebody that's still doing it, and still grinding.
Man, Garrett Temple is the hardest working professional athlete that I ever seen. On his 15th year in the NBA, he's the hardest working guy, and best example that these guys can have, man, that I ever seen. He's in there. But he also Jordan Sears and Jordan Sears, Cam Carter, and Victorious Miller. They all woke up with him.
I love that.
At 5:30 and 6 o'clock. At 5:30 in the morning, getting it in.
Right. And Jalen still goes on Saturday.
You know what I'm saying? Jay Reed, and you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Jay Reed still go, man. Jay Reed still goes, man. A lot of them guys. So that's an example. That's how you lead by example. And that's exactly what Garrett Temple does for this program, man. We give him all access. And any of the guys that played here and come back here, they have all access to everything we have.
Even Garrett's setting examples for guys on the Raptors still.
Yeah, man, look, man.
I feel like he is the, even in New
He's
Orleans
the
last year,
OG.
he was the guy that kept the locker room together.
He's the
I don't
glue.
think many people play into it.
Yes.
But when there were so many issues with, all the injuries going on and stuff, he is the wise guy that is saying, I've been through many years of this, and I feel like he holds, the team together.
Man, he is. See, when we played together, we was two different leaders. I was the most aggressive leader, and he was the one that he was the one that kind of to balance me out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, because sometimes my delivery wasn't the best delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't getting on guys about nothing that I wasn't doing. I led by example, and he led by example as well. So maybe how I said it, he used to come in the back end with the guy like, hey, no, this is what he meant now. I understand what you know what I'm saying? So we kind of was like, it was like yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? It was like the yin and yang thing, man. But he's like a mentor to any team he's on. He's the vice president of the NBA Players Association as well. So he's a mentor, man. He's a mentor to these guys. He's a professional. He's a pro in every aspect of his life. He's a professional father. He's a professional husband. He's a professional basketball player. He's a professional businessman. He's a professional son, professional brother. Man, he's everything, man.
I love it. Now, let's talk about this year's team, right? It should be special, right? A lot of experience on this team. Truly feels like the first true roster that you guys have been able to put together, without the sanctions, of course. But let's let Michael lead
So,
off.
kind of just from a pretty general perspective, we've only, played one game after the win last night. What can people expect out of this year's squad?
Very broad, but yeah.
Yeah, no. That's a great question, man. We go 1-0. You know what I'm saying? We went 1-0, and wins are hard to come by. A lot of these guys got upsetted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these teams got upsetted by mid-major teams, and we was nervous. We're not scared, but we was nervous. We didn't want to take these guys lightly. But with this year's team, man, I think you're gonna see a team. You're going to see a team, man. You all saw last night how the ball moved around from side to side, how everybody's sharing the ball. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? We got some elite shooters. We missed some shots, but we got some elite shooters, man. You got to have shooters in this league, man. I think we got length, and I also think we got depth, and that we hadn't been had. We got some young guys, young freshmen, man, that's eager to learn, that's going to be better, that's getting better. And I think we got a balance of veterans and young guys. And you got Jay Reed as a junior, and then you got Jordan Sears and Cam as seniors. And then you got the 3 freshmen. You know what I'm saying?
They act mature too.
It's acting mature. You know what I'm saying? So basically, man, I know it's just real early, and I don't want to jinx it, man. But I like the trajectory of our team. I think we're going to rebound the ball better. I think we're going to be a better rebounding team. We've been struggling with that the past couple of years. I think we're going to be a better rebounding team. I think we're going to run. I think we're going to be faster. We're going to play faster pace. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play faster pace. We're going to get a lot of shots up, man. We're going to, I like our length. I like our athleticism. Not saying we're going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect by a long shot. Right. But I just like the way we're going, man. I like everything.
But that's what you want, though. You want to improve. That you just want to get better, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, if you can see even from this year and last year, the improvement has been, they're better to watch.
Yeah.
They're better to
it
watch.
feels more balanced too,
Yeah,
obviously.
It is more balanced, man, and everybody's understanding their roles.
And it feels unselfish. Obviously we only saw one game. But
yeah.
Just you could tell the attitudes right now. Like these guys are smiling even before the game. Like these guys they're loving what they're doing right
Man, when you love what you do, man, it's a wonderful feeling.
Would you say that it's the most put together squad in this McMahon regime?
Yes, it's a well put together squad. We really took our time and dissected these kids. Character, number one. You got to have the right character. We're not putting them, and then you got to set your culture. You know what I'm saying? There's non-negotiables. We have our non-negotiables, and we set that in place, and we sticking to them. We sticking firmly to them, and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I like this team, man. I think we made way more cohesive unit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, can you speak to the retention rate, with Coach Matt McMahon? You've got a lot of high-profile guys, right? Yeah. The young guys, even the Jalen Reeds, obviously Tyrell, but, just he's not with the team, obviously. But also, can you just kind of speak to, just players' developments, over the off-season? It's just kind of like keeping those guys, is a struggle itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when they look, their agents are telling them, the draft is, the move. But, talk about, keeping those guys and I guess just developing when you do keep them.
Man, that's the biggest thing. Coach Matt thrives on skill on player development. Mm-hmm. He loves it. We take about 30, 40 minutes before practice starting and skill development. Right. Get guys better in their weaknesses and stuff like that, man. And that's the that's the thing about this job, man. You know, and then we gotta placate to it. You know what I'm saying? It's the transfer portal, man. It's hard to really develop guys because they don't be here long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They all want to go somewhere else because they feel like the opportunity is not great here. And so, like you say, somebody got in the ear about, hey, we got this opportunity here, better for you, and stuff like that, man. So yeah, that's the thing about this with this squad, man. I love the way that they want to develop, and they're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Every practice, I say you got to practice like you play.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they practicing hard. You know, they competing against each other, and that's the thing. You want to get guys that compete against one another every day at practice, and then when they get out there on the same team, they all together.
Tight-knit,
They
right.
all tight knit. So yeah, that's our thing, man. You know, we just try to develop these guys, man, every day, and they are receptive to what we're saying.
I love it.
Yeah, so now I know he's busy playing football right now, but you've been able to see Trades Green play a good bit. What kind of player do y'all, as a staff, kind of expect him to be for y'all? And what kind of prototype player does he, fit for LSU?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I seen Trades. I offered him as a sophomore when Will was here.
Yeah.
When I was offering him as a sophomore.
That's
you
when
know
he was
what
at
I'm saying?
Eastvale, right?
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
Eastvale. That's when he was at Eastvale. So I saw it, man. I saw where he was going. But the type of player we want him to be, man, is who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a beast. He can shoot. He's strong. He's athletic. You know what I'm saying? He's most of all, man, he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a dog on both strength, man. He can shoot the ball, man. He has touch. He can rebound the ball. He's physical, man. Man, he gets sky's the limit of what he can do for us, man. You know, we eager to have him, man. To just, it's gonna start off kind of slow a little bit when he get back because he got to transition. We can't just throw him into the water real fast, because he still got some things he got to learn. He got to learn some concepts of the team. But as freshmen in general, man. But the kid loves basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
He loves basketball. He loves football too. But he loves basketball,
I think
man.
he likes basketball more, honestly.
Man, I don't know. I don't want to say that.
I don't want to jump to conclusions,
Yeah.
but that's what I have heard from some people.
Yeah.
He really does love basketball.
Man, he loves basketball, man, because that was his first love.
Yep.
Like I say, man, he just went out there, tiptoed and started playing
He
football
played
like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, man. He's been playing basketball forever, but nah, man, he has huge hands, man. He's athletic. He got, what I'm saying, man, it's gonna be, a lot of guys on our staff really don't know how good he really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they know, but they don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know, but they don't. But I'm ready for them to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's good, man.
It's going to be exciting.
He's good. I just want to make sure he's not wearing himself thin, man. You know what I'm saying? And trying to come from football to basketball. You got to, sometimes these kids, sometimes you burn out, man. You know what I'm saying? But I think the way he is, man, I think he can handle it.
Yep. That'll be the challenge after him.
That's going to be challenging.
Yeah, so 3 of the starting 5 are transfers, obviously, and then Rob as a freshman. That's 4 newcomers.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about kind of how hard it is for transfers to come in automatically and be able to mesh with a new system, and then also learning that system with so many other transfers. Is that ever like a struggle for you or as a coaching staff?
Man, it's hard, yeah. It's real hard, man. That's a great question. It's real hard because you got to get them turned over real fast. Like they'll be somewhere 3-4 years, and you got to turn them over, and you can try to get their attention in 8 months. All you got them for is like 8 months. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the tournament and stuff like that. So man, it's tough, man. But you got to love what you do, and invest the time in getting that turned around, and getting it because saying if you be persistent and consistent about your message and what you want, they all gonna fall into place. And that's what's going on right now, man. Because we got some great coaches, man. We just got we got great coaches, and Coach DP just came back. You know what I'm saying? David Patrick, awesome, amazing coach. You know what I'm saying? He's like my uncle, man. I'm learning a lot from him. I'm like a sponge in this. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning from everybody. I'm still learning, man. DP has broadened our minds with his experience and where he'd been and the success he'd had to another style of ball. Mm-hmm. And it's been amazing. And then we got Jalen Courtney Williams, who I brought in as a freshman, but I was headed out. But, he came here on my behalf.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was headed out as a senior, but he came in as a freshman on Trent Johnson on the Chin Johnson era. But so we got some guys, man, that we added to the staff, man, that gives us another punch, you know, because he come from Creighton, you know what I'm saying, the winning program, you know what I'm saying. So he knows, he just saw how it's done. And I applaud Coach Matt, man, for making decision to hire some great guys, man. I was excited when he hired them, bro. I was so excited, man. I'm like, time for LSU basketball. Because my biggest thing, I have no personal agenda.
Yes,
I want LSU basketball to be successful. Like so bad to where it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like so bad to where I wake up, man, we gotta be good. Gotta be great. That's how I was as a player. And that's why I put my passion and everything into this, man. I'm LSU through and through. You know, my career may take me other places, but I'm a Tiger, man, through and through. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's about, man. Coach Matt went out there and made that's the biggest transfers we got this year was them two guys right there. David Patrick, man, my boy DP, and Jalen Courtney Williams, man. He's an amazing upcoming coach. Jalen Courtney Williams, man, he's great, man. I'm proud of him, man.
A lot of these guys could be head coaches.
Man,
other places, like they really could.
Man, yes, indeed, man.
That's what's so impressive
hey.
right now that I saw of those hires. I thought right away those are high-profile guys that could be easily at other programs.
High-profile guys, man, who's keeping getting better and better and better, and I love it. I love it, man. I love seeing those guys work and do what they do, man. I just be like, it's motivating, man. I just like it, man. Like Jalen Courtney is doing an amazing job. David Patrick, Casey Long, man. Everybody on our staff, man. Casey Long, Rico White, man. I'm saying our new strength and conditioning coach, Mike Chapman.
Yep.
You know, he come from Stanford. He's getting these guys strong. Look at Jalen Reed's body, man.
He's big.
Look at, you know, Jordan Sears stiffed on somebody yesterday going to the goal, and, you know, he's so tight and strong. Damian Collins got stronger and more athletic, and everybody, man. Ja Bailey body has transformed. Cam Carter body has transformed, man. It's all about, you know, because they're hired by Coach Matt this year too as well. And you know, we got a lot of guys, man. Even on down to our video guy, man, Mike Chapman. You know what I'm saying? And TK, Tim Kane, man. We got Jeff Moore, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does a role, man. Everybody's a star in their role. That's how you make, because the players can see. The players can feel if the staff is divided. You know what I'm saying? We like this, and that's how we get recruits.
Yeah.
When you like this, when you really like this, and it's not a fake or facade, that's how we get recruits. Families see that. Families see that.
Yeah, and just kind of we're going to wrap up here. But, you know, anything else would you want to say about the squad that we aren't really shining enough light on, that you've been seeing, you know, day in and day out?
Is that, man, I'm proud of these guys, man. I'm proud of our guys, man, and how they are receptive to coaching and how they are receptive to learning, you know, and understanding where they fall short, and they try to work on it, man. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of these guys, man, of being coachable. They're coachable. You know, they're coachable, man. You know, just like Jalen Reed, man, he played the wing for us, you know, time 3-4. Now we put him at the 5.
Right.
And he just embraced it. Yes, sir, coach. I got you. What you need me to do for the team to help the team out. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Damian Collins. You know what I'm saying? Backup 5. What you need me to do to help the team out. Still don't mean they can't be, you know, like them guys, man. They just all their roles, man. They want to become stars in their roles while doing it in a team aspect, team concept. You know what I'm saying? So these, man, I'm just this team here. This team this year is coachable. They're coachable, and it's hard to get a team that's all coachable. Right. Yeah. So that's what I want to say about the team, man. They're all coachable, and if we keep listening, keep the main thing. The sky's the limit for these guys, man.
Well, yeah, we really appreciate you, coming out and giving us your time. But we're going to wrap things up here. From Michael Poggi, Coach Tasmin Mitchell.
I'm here.
And I'm Andre Champagne, and this has been the Hodges Huddle.
Boot up.